Every year for the last 50 plus years, ABC has presented Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Hosted by Clark and later by Ryan Seacrest, the show is a hybrid live and pre-taped event with celebrity appearances, musical performances, and of course the ball dropping in Times Square to welcome in the new year. Viewed by many across the states, it is generally considered to be the flagship for New Year's Eve programming. But that's never been the only show. In fact, there have been several far superior specials that have rung in the new year that may long be forgotten today, but shouldn't be. So help me say goodbye to this godforsaken year as we look back at 5 excellent New Year's Eve specials that aren't New Year's Rockin' Eve. Number 5. Sesame Street Stays Up Late. There are very few New Year's specials designed specifically for young kids, but Sesame Street knocked this one out of the park. It's New Year's Eve on Sesame Street, it's late at night, and everyone is getting ready for the new year. What makes this particular 1993 special so good is that it essentially handles some issues that young kids may have going into a new year, including anxiety of beginning a new calendar, to feeling unable to stay up until midnight. The episode, later titled Sesame Street Celebrates Around the World, also explores how other countries celebrate the new year. It's a fun little show that parents can comfortably watch with their kids on New Year's Eve. Number 4. First Night 2013 with Jamie Kennedy. Likely the most infamous of all the New Year's celebrations, this one makes the list for all the wrong reasons. In 2012 going into 2013, comedian Jamie Kennedy hosted a local Los Angeles countdown show with lots of big sponsors, celebrities, and musical guests. On paper, the show was a great alternative to the national programs. However, the production became known more for its countless technical errors, awkward segments, random cuts to black, tape malfunctions, and copious amounts of words George Carlin would believe you can't say on TV. Even as the show came crawling broken and tired through the finish line, an alleged fight breaks out on stage during the final curtain call. But face it, all these things are what makes First Night 2013 so memorable. We wouldn't be talking about it years later otherwise, thus it is a pretty enjoyable way to ring in the new year. Number 3. Queen and Adam Lambert rock Big Ben live. Queen's New Year's 2014 London show was an incredible spectacle. American Idol legend Adam Lambert joined Brian May and Roger Taylor on stage in the shadow of Big Ben to play many of Queen's biggest hits. The special was viewed by a total of 12 million people, with 10 million watching for the fireworks and the second half of the concert. If you are from the United Kingdom, I would guess it would be almost impossible to watch this without experiencing all the feelings. The fireworks display is astounding, especially with Big Ben as the backdrop. Number 2. Sinbads Dynamite New Year's Eve. Fox has done New Year's specials for years to compete with ABC's and even CNN's New Year's shows, but 1996 going into 1997 was something completely different. Instead of dropping a ball, a building was blown up. The Hacienda Hotel in Vegas was imploded spectacularly at the stroke of midnight. As the world's most famous ring announcer Michael Buffer announces, "Let's get ready to crumble," the Hacienda is blown to smithereens. Being it's in Las Vegas, and it is obvious that a great deal more pyro is used than a typical building implosion. Small explosions, fireworks, and then eventually one big boom, and the 40-year-old Hacienda is no more. It's certainly a fiery way to welcome 1997. Fox sadly was never able to completely recreate such an incredible celebration since. Then again, it's not every day giant hotels need to be demolished with 1,000 pounds of explosives. And the number 1 most excellent New Year's Eve special that isn't Rockin' Eve, Rave Unto the Year 2000. Y2K was clearly on the minds of everyone in 1999, and while I think we all knew deep down inside nothing horrible was going to happen, we had a certain someone, let's be real, the only person who could possibly send 1999 into 2000, Prince. The pay-per-view special Rave Unto the Year 2000 was a landmark concert film featuring many of Prince's biggest hits among his entire repertoire. The show also featured guest performances by Morris Day and the Time, Lenny Kravitz, and several other musical legends. The night of course ended with the song 1999 saying goodbye not just to the year, but to an entire era. As a member of the class of 1999, it was the best possible send-off to an era that meant so much to so many people, and thus stands out as a truly excellent New Year's Eve special.